Well, Christmas season is upon us, so these videos are going to be pretty brief and handheld, not tripod mounted, but just walking through it. I'm still using my NT18 placeholder motor. This is where the throttle servo is going to go. I'm going to 3D print a piece that comes off the mount from the steering servo to hold that on, and probably have a little backplate on it for the receiver that will go on the back. We're going to be using a 1 ounce round, actually RC airplane fuel tank, so that the throttle servo can have a linkage above the tank to the carburetor, and brake we're still probably going to try to figure out something on the clutch bell, but just have to design it now. So we'll draw that up, and I'll show you time lapse of the printing, and then we'll install it. So here's the original piece that mounted, well, not if I throw it, that mounted to the chassis, screw in the bottom, screw in the front for the servo, stood up like that. This is the new piece. You can see it's 3D printed. It's the same on the bottom half, and then just continues upwards so you can mount a servo to the top. So we're going to replace both of the steering servo mounts with these guys. I've made 2 of them, and we'll toss that on there and drill out a hole and get a servo mounted. Okay, before I put the engine on here, I wanted to show you how I marked it. Basically, just take a set of calipers here. After setting the engine about where it needs to go and scratching into the chassis the outline of the mount, you can kind of see it faintly there. I turn the engine over, wow, okay. I turned the engine over, and use the calipers here to measure whatever distance it was from the edge to the middle of the hole. This is really hard to do single-handed. So basically like that, and then lock these guys in. Doesn't matter what the number is, but basically then follow the edges and just, you can see it right there, just kind of scratch into the chassis like this, and then again sideways, this way, and that gave me these little 4 kind of crosshairs to drill, and it got me really close on the holes. After that, I just used a larger bit and go all the way through to countersink them, and that's about all it takes to really mount it. So now we're going to slap this guy on here. Well, here it is, most of the way done. It's bolted in there. Again, this is just a placeholder X-ray engine until I get the one that will actually have a pull start on it. So same size engine, but minus the pull start. So when I get that one in, we'll swap it out. But it's on there. We got good gear mesh, good rotation. I know it's kind of hard to see. Up front here, I wanted to share this. I just extended this servo mount for the steering. You can tell it's 3D printed. It stopped right about here. Just extended it up and over so I can mount the throttle servo on there. Just the same part, both sides, mounted to the chassis. It's very, very well secured. So basically, this side here will be connected to the throttle, so that will be throttle open and it will pull the slide. And then the other way will pull, still trying to figure out the braking, pull something to rub the flywheel. Okay, well, it's calmed down a little bit here in the store, so I'm actually going to continue this video. I just wanted to show you where I was at so far. I've got this 3D printed throttle servo mount, but I'm not really happy with how relatively flimsy it feels. So I'm going to extend it back towards this, let me get a pointer here to the small. I'm going to extend it back towards this rear hole here, so that it's more of a triangular shape and has a little more support. As you can see, this thing rattling around here, that's the fuel tank I'll be using. It's a round 1 ounce, actually it's an airplane fuel tank. It's the only thing small enough to let the the horns pass over, and you notice this weird setup back here. That's actually fuel line. I figured out the brake. Essentially, what we're going to do is have a servo move in this direction, pulling the fuel line towards the clutch valve, and just dragging on the clutch valve, which is actually very effective. See, it's not actually spinning at all, even with weight put on it. So that's how we're going to do the brake. Pretty simple. It's just a small piece of, actually it's a brass tube that's used in repinning a Traxxas Easy Start wire. This is a paper clip because it's a little more malleable, and a locking collar. So this would be throttle open, no problem. Throttle neutral, still no problem, and then closed, and it just locks it. Obviously, you know, I'll set up exponentials, so just barely closed, drags a little. It's going to be touchy, that's for sure, but I'd rather have touchy brakes than no brakes, so we're going to go with that. So right now I'm going to be 3D printing this rear piece, and then I'm going to actually print a ring that goes around the carburetor and holds this up away from the spur gear, because as it sits right now, the brake, I'm going to call it the pad, the fuel line tubing is resting against the spur gear, so I need to just suck it up like that. And just real quick, how that's attached, you can see it goes straight vertical all the way down to the chassis. It's literally just a single screw. Once I get this finalized, I'll put a zip tie around that. It's a M3 countersunk screw. I'll put a zip tie around the base to make sure it doesn't move. But yeah, let's get to 3D printing, and then we'll come back with the finished products. I guess I'll also, in this cut, 3D print some kind of bracket to hold the fuel tank in place. And we'll come back and I can show you that. Now, while this 3D prints the rest of what I need, which will also include fuel tank braces, the guide for the brake, and a brace for the transmission to motor mount, I'm going to go ahead and cut out the hole in the body for the nitro engine there, so I don't have to deal with that ugly mess anymore. Okay, now the video's done. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll come back when I've got those other 3D printed pieces finished. Just ended at a relatively weird spot, but this is a picture of the body cut out. So it's got the engine poke and the carburetor and the fuel or the air intake filter. So we'll get those other pieces printed, put them on, and then we'll make a whole other video. So thanks for watching. Subscribe. As far as I know, this is the first 2.0 Mini-T that's been nitro swapped, and we are very close. Thanks for watching.